Okay, so we're going live. Let me get this stuff. Hi guys, this is Lindsay with Swing Design. Thank you so much for joining me. Give me just a second while I set up comments and everything because I want to be able to see you and talk to you. So let's go ahead and pull it up here. I hope that you're having a great day and that you've come for some crafting because that's what we're going to be doing. We are going to be customizing some face masks with our Silhouette Cameo 4 HTV and our heat press. So let me just pull up comments. It'll be just a second. And if you're out there and you can hear me and it seems to be working fine, then go ahead and say hi. So I know that somebody's out there and they can hear me. All right, I'm gonna go to here. And there we go. Oh, hi. Hi, Matt. Hi, Tanya. Thanks so much for joining me. Okay, so we are cutting HTV with our Silhouette Cameo 4. And in the description, I've linked to some of our new bundles. So if you've been following us, then our new 15 by 15 inch swing design heat presses are in, and so we have some great deals with them bundled with the Cameo. So if you've been thinking about, getting a cutting machine and a heat press, to start like your t-shirt business, or even if you're just like a home crafter and you just want to make personal projects, then these bundles, definitely you want to check them out. So I'll just be giving you some tips and tricks for cutting HTV, and then showing you that we'll be pressing it to our mask, because I know a lot of you need to wear masks when you go out, and so we've got our friends over at So Fancy running a 48 hour, 3 days. Is that 48 hours? So today, tomorrow, the 11th, 12th, and 13th, 20% off all social distancing and face masks designs over at So Fancy. So I have that linked in the description as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just using one camera today, so let me go ahead and rotate that. Sorry, it'll be just a second. You're gonna have to just see my messy craft room. I don't know about you guys, but my room has been a mess lately just because I've been crafting, getting stuff done. Okay, so there we go. That should be pretty good. All right, so I have a piece of Caesar, there we go, Caesar Easy Weave HTV, just a scrap here that I'm cutting on my cutting mat. So I'm gonna stick that down here. And I like to use a brayer to make sure that is nice and stuck down. And then I'm going to load that into my machine. So actually center that there. And I have just the auto blade. So then why don't you go over here and take a look at some of the designs they have over at So Fancy for social distancing. Some of them are so cute and so funny. So the one that we're cutting is the 2020 would not recommend with the 0 star, or I think this one has like 3 stars on it. But anyway, I have the link in the description. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go over to screen display. Okay, here we go. So, oh, and if you haven't already subscribed to their text alerts, you can take a look there. All right, so we are going to be using, so there's lots of different designs that you can be using. We are doing, it's similar to this one, but there's lots of different ones to choose from. So I have it here on my mat, and you can see I've already flipped it backwards, because that's what you want to do. You want to mirror the HTV before you cut it. And then up in the send panel here, I have adjusted the cut settings because the default cut settings just don't cut it. So I have actually upped the force all the way up to 18. And that seems to be working pretty well. I already have it mirrored, so I'm just going to go to send as is. And so then that will start cutting. There, I'm going to check out comments, see if any of you have any questions so far, or if you're doing any face masks yourself. Have you been customizing them? Have you been making them or like sewing them? The face mask that I'm using, I got from, I think, Target. But, you know, if you're crafty, then you can certainly make them yourself. This is one that I made a couple weeks ago. Welcome to 6th grade. I've got the little apples on there. Super, super cute. One thing I do want to point out about these masks, though, is there's a seam that goes straight down the middle. So it doesn't allow the mask to lay completely flat. So that's why I've pressed it on the side. I tried pressing in the middle. I wanted to do like a little face. But I have yet to figure out how to do that. So if you have pressed HTV on a face mask that has a seam in the middle, I'd love to hear your, you know, your technique on how you did that, because I'm having a little trouble. Now, one thing you want to do is test weeds. You just want to, before you've unloaded it from the machine, go ahead and just pick out a piece, and if it comes up nicely, then you know you've gotten a great cut, and you can then take it out and then weed the excess vinyl. So I'm telling you, if you're using the default cut settings in Silhouette Studio for like HTV or, you know, vinyl, you may have some issues cutting because, you know, they're just not, the force is just not high enough. So I've linked to a, look, I mean, just look how nicely that, I mean, look how small these letters are. And I'm just peeling it up like no problem. So I've linked to an article or a blog post talking more about upping the force. I think the default force is 4. I upped mine up to 18, and it didn't cut through the backing sheet. I am going slowly just because I don't want to mess up. Oops, see that little guy is coming up there, but that's okay. That's that last letter. You can hold it down and then put it back in place. And then I've got that super tiny design weeded. And then I'm just going to quickly take out the middles here. And it looks like they're all the stars are filled in. No, let's go ahead and take out some of those middles of the stars. This is just like a regular weaving hook. But sometimes I will use like a pin, and that'll take it off too. And it's actually pretty warm in here because I've got my heat press on next to me. So that's another thing too, is if you're weeding and it's super cold, then can maybe consider weeding on your heat press. Because it just like really warms up the HTV, makes it more pliable, and it just comes off. Make sure I get that little piece off, because otherwise it will be pressed on my project, and I don't want that. Has that ever happened to you where you've forgotten to take a little scrap piece off and then you pressed it? That's when it's time to break out the HTV remover, right? That stuff works. I used it recently, and it worked pretty well. It took off that little, you know, I just had one little bit that, you know what, I'll just cut that part off. Okay, almost done here. So look how small this design is. I think the height is like, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it right here. I think the height is only like 1.5 inches, and the width is only 2 inches. You know, and we've got those really small lines of text, and it weeded no problem. So we're going to be pressing it onto our mask here. I think I'll just do it right on the side. And so let me go ahead and adjust the camera so that you can see my heat press. And in the description, I've linked to bundles with the Cameo 4. Actually, let me raise it up just a little bit. With the Cameo 4 and a 15 or swing design heat presses. They're 15 by 15 inches, so you know they're as big as this one, and plenty of room to press larger projects. Obviously, we're doing something much smaller, but you could, you know, fit several on here. Or if you've got like a, you know, if you're using a large T-shirt or, you know, a bag or something, the 15 by 15 inch is a great size. All right, so I'm getting more comments in here. Hi, Chris. Hi, Glenda. Judy. Blaine. Janine. Mike. Hey, guys. I think my husband must have let his coworkers know that I was doing a live this morning. So they so graciously tuned in. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for watching. All right, so I flipped over the, see, we cut it like this, and now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put it on here. And Easy Weed, you want to press for 10 to 15 seconds at 305 degrees. So I'm my press set at 15 or at 305, and the is there a top or the bottom? I think this is the top, actually. Yeah, I think this part is where your nose goes. Okay, so I had it backwards. All right, and then I don't know, I've pressed on these before and I think they're fine, but I'm just gonna leave them off the press just so they don't get in the way. And you could probably put a pressing pillow underneath, but I think this is going to be okay. That other one was fine. Okay, I could fiddle with for hours, but not going to. All right, so I'm going to press it for 15 seconds. I've already checked the pressure on my press, so I know that I'm giving it like medium pressure. So that, you know, you adjust it with like a dial back there. Take that off. It's going to beep at me, tell me it's done. Let that cool off, and then we'll just peel that off. And then there we go. 2020. would not recommend. So then you've got your own customized mask made with, here, I'll turn the camera over up here. Hey, thanks so much for watching. This is Lindsay with Swing Design. If you're just tuning in, we just we customized one of our face masks with one of the social distancing designs that are available on So Fancy, and for today, tomorrow, and the next day, so the 11th, 12th, and 13th, they're 20% off. We use our Cameo 4 and our heat press, so I have some link to the bundles for those with our new Swing Design heat presses. And then, look how like intricate that design was. You'd think it would take like forever to weed, but no, the secret is upping the force, increasing the force on the machine. So I have a link to a little tutorial that Melissa wrote about that as well if you're having trouble cutting through HTV. This is Caesar Easy Weed that I used. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.